Here's the starting grid for the next race up, which is the next entire trade zone, GT3, GT4. And another big showdown for these drivers to try and race through the field, with the likes of Glenn Mowat out in front, followed by Sean Gregory in the Starlet, James Adabel and his Dodge Viper, Todd Prugine, Declan Coffin, David Wood in the NASCAR, looked like Richard Petty's colour. Keegan Hickson, one of the newcomers to the class this weekend. Louis Corriga. Steve Elliott in the Lotus. Whole stack of star cars to watch out for. The very orange and famous Vauxhall Firenze of 93, Mark Allen. Won't have too many problems not trying to get out of their breakout zone today with Granger, the likes of Dave Eyston down the back of the field. Anthony Vandenberg stormed home for a second spot last time, just behind the winner Ken Hunter and just ahead of Martin Todd, along with the likes of Jeff Sharp and Torito. Done a lot of work to get the Civic back on track. So go on to the Speedworks app and have a crack at answering our motor racing quiz. It's all about the racing this weekend here at Hampton Downs, in the sunshine and the wind and the rain. Ken Hunter, what's happened to him? So suddenly the man who won the race last time is parked up on the grass. But at least we're motor racing. At least the sun is shining now as the field are all lined up, just waiting to get the red lights and waiting to get the green light. Chance for these drivers to go hard, go home, and go back for the next time. So Glenn Mowat's away, so it's the flag drop. Slow cars from the front. Faster cars will try and work their way through the field. Todd Prugine away in the 74 car, the little bit Honda. Big 43 NASCAR of David Wood. Great looking picture, isn't it? The old Richard Petty NASCAR look, famous number 43.
It's very unique in GT3. We haven't seen something like that for quite a while, certainly the last couple of years that I've been following the class. It's a cool little addition to have.
Geordie, we've seen this track in so many different situations today. Look at it, it's just superbly dry now.
Oh, it's unbelievable as we see Louis Kuriga, a bit of lock up there. But yeah, we've had 4 seasons in a day, quite literally. We've had sunshine, we've had wind, we've had rain. I'm surprised we haven't had snow, but look, the day's not over yet. And
it feels a bit like it out there because everyone's wearing their raincoats, but also that wind is not only strong, but also certainly cooled the temperature and stopped the humidity.
Takes a fair bit to move me around outside, but I'll tell you what, that wind certainly was blowing me around on my way up to the commentary box earlier today and walking around the pit paddock. Got a lot of power in behind it. Good gaggle of cars now coming down into the daylight team sweeper. Steve Elliott and that beautiful Lotus.
It's a 41, the little wee Toyota Starlet of Sean Gregory. He now moves in front of James Adabel, the Dodge Viper. Starlet, obviously a very good pedigree with a race car with a great history.
Very cool to have the Dodge out there as well. As we wait for the cars to start to group up and the handicap starts to unravel, we get the fast cars driving through the field. 24 cars out there today. Pretty good grid for GT3 and 4. Lots of variety, lots of different drivers, different stories, lots of different cars. Look at this, we've got 43 out there, the Richard Petty lookalike.
David Wood. And then you've got 74, Todd Prugine. Then a whole stack of cars screaming around the Porsche Dipper. All going wide, but not going too wide and going off the track like we've seen a few times today, especially when it's been very slippery and very wet. At the moment it's very dry and it's fast, hard and fast, but still the trees blustering, blowing around in the background.
You have to tell too, the cameras are, the cameramen are doing a fantastic job out there trying to keep a hold of the things in the wind. You'll see how much power's in behind it. You'll see some of the cameras buffeting around. Look at that, just how much power's in that wind. It's crazy out there, and it'll be disturbing some of these cars. Some of the cars who've got aerodynamic devices on there, the little Star car and that Lotus, for example, with the big rear rings, if they rely on that for the grip throughout the corners, if they get a big tailwind or a big headwind going into corners, they're either going to upset the balance of the car or get suddenly a huge amount of grip through there. But it might not be the same when they come through on the next lap. So they're going to have to adapt to that, and they might catch a few of them out. We saw it earlier on in the races. Logan Childs now towering over the two Star cars that he's battling with in his Mitzi.
The problem is that the wind is not only coming from that northeasterly direction, but it's swirling around.
Yeah, and I've just had a report from out in the field. There's a big headwind down the front straight and a crosswind approaching turn 9, which is making things very interesting. That's from Sam Thompson, one of the Motorsport Club volunteers. Thanks for that, Sam, giving us live weather updates.
There you get a tailwind, a headwind, a crosswind, and you're being buffeted.
And then, of course, it all swirls up every now and then, and it's like little tornadoes out there. You're caught up in a big swirl of very, very fast and powerful wind.
Blue sky and sunshine on one part of the track, and then raindrops keep falling on my bonnet on the other part of the track.
Todd Brugen's still got, I think it must be a guard rubbing. It's been smoking all weekend. Coming out the back of his little machine there after his disappointment in the 86s earlier on in the weekend.
Mark Allen working his way through in that very cool looking Vauxhall. Talk about a wing on that thing.
That's certainly a very big wing.
46 trying to dip down the inside.
Jason Feck with a bit of a lock up there in the 46 car. Battling with the NASCAR lookalike.
Logan Childs working his way around. Gets in front of David Wood.
So this will be interesting now. We've got 3 laps to go here at Hampton Downs, and we're starting to see a bit of moving and a bit of shaking as the faster cars make their way through the groups. Now in theory, everyone will be crossing the line around about the same time, but we all know that's not going to happen. But what will be interesting is to see who wins the battle of the reverse grid. James Annabelle leads the field at the moment. He's got a 2-second gap. Sean Gregory is in behind him. Louis Kurga as well is coming. Louis got a bit of speed on those front two, judging by the time.
Oh, look at the front bonnet of one of the Star cars is shaking. It's had a bit of a contact, so that could fly off at any particular time.
Huge amount of buffeting there as he went into turn 1 under brakes. Couldn't quite get a read on who that was.
There's about 3 red and white ones in that field. Martin Short, Martin, let's say, Martin Todd. So the Vauxhall Forenza goes around the outside of one of the fastest guys in the field there at the moment, which is Antorito of the Honda Civic. Number 141. Yes, it's number 98. That is Anthony Vandenberg, who picked up a good second in the last race.
That's the battle for 16th place, Anthony Vandenberg. So as they now will commence the final lap, James Annabelle is leading by 2 seconds. Louis Kurga is in second place, and he's about a second and a half faster. Oh, there we go. He's right up alongside him now. So this is for the lead of the race. Louis Kurga in the Star car, 147, the Norwood sponsored machine, right out sideways. How's that for a size comparison? The big Dodge Viper versus the Star car powered by a little motorcycle engine. This is the battle for the race win. The Porsche Dipper. James Annabelle's got it at the moment, but Louis Kurga's got the grip. He's got the run. He's going to pull up alongside the big American muscle. Can he do anything into the daylighting sweeper? I'm not sure.
Has the Dodge got just enough Viper to dodge the little wee star car to keep him behind number 92? And it's a sprint race for the ages. Sprint race for the comparison, and yes, the old Dodge just pulls away with that sting in the tail. And James Annabelle gets another win in the Trade Zone GT3, GT4. Louis Kruger comes home for second. And it's going to be Sean Gregory, I think, holding on for third. So a Dodge Viper, a star car, and a Toyota Starlet. Then Logan Childs and Torito, Jason Vick, Mark Allen, Jeff Sharp, Anthony Vandenberg, and the rest of the field sweeping across the start-finish line to wrap up their day and their weekend of racing in Hampton Downs with the Speedworks Motorsport NZ Championship, the Premier Series. So confirming that result, well done to the man from Manaki, James Annabelle from Egmont Honey. Number 92, Louis Kruger, coming home in second, and Sean Gregory rounding out the top three, followed by Charles Torito, Feck, Alan Sharp, Vandenberg and Wayne Bryan.